Idor, it's so fabulous to be with you again this morning for our Tots service for this day of Yom Kippur. It is really special to be with you. I know how much we would have loved to be in shul together. I know how much we'd love to be surrounded by all of our special friends, but unfortunately, at the moment, we all need to be at home to be safe. But nonetheless, it is fabulous to be together. It is a really good feeling to be together. Do you feel like it's a good thing for us to be together?
I think it's a great thing for us to be together.
So might I ask you, how good a thing do you think it is for us to be together?
So good. Like really good.
So if we really think it's good, then I think it's something worth singing about. And there's a song that many of our friends know. How good it is for us to be together, brothers, sisters, family, and friends. There are lots of melodies that we sing the song to, but this year there's only really one special melody to choose. Oh, it's so good for us to be together, even on a day like this on Yom Kippur, which is not the happiest day of the year, but it's one of the most important days of the year. And that's why we want to start it as best as we can. And one of the ways to start things as best as we can is by offering a prayer, a song that says, Modeh or Modah ani lefanecha. How lucky we are to be able to start this new day.
Modeh ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shehechezata bi nishmati
You know, Idor, it's really great to be with you on Yom Kippur, to be able to share this moment with you and to share it with our special friends. But I was so happy to be able to enjoy, to welcome and enjoy the presence of our friend Buzz on Rosh Hashanah. He made Rosh Hashanah feel sweet, just sweeter than it could have possibly been. And I think it'd be really special if he joined us also today for Yom Kippur.
Do you think Buzz might be willing to join us for Yom Kippur, Gersh? Because Buzz made Rosh Hashanah so good. Would Buzz be willing to join us for Yom Kippur?
I think it's possible. But what we might need to do is to get the help of our friends to call Buzz back. to call Buzz back. So what we're going to do is I think on the count of 3, if we say Boker Tov, that means good morning. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Boker Tov means good morning in Hebrew.
Oh.
If we say Boker Tov Buzz, we're going to say it. Let's see if we can do it together as loud as we can. And maybe if we can say it loud enough 3 times, after the 3rd time, maybe Buzz will have heard us and come back and join us for Yom Kippur. Let's give it a go. Ready? Achad, Shtayim, Shalosh. Boker Tov Buzz! Boker Tov Buzz! Boker Tov Buzz! Did it work? Did he hear us? Wow! Friends, let's say it one more time together. Boker Tov Buzz! Buzz, it is so good to have you with us. So good to be together so that we can celebrate Yom Kippur together, to remember all of the important things there are to remember about Yom Kippur. Today is Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is a day for looking deeply at ourselves. We ask ourselves, what kind of person have I been? Did I always do the right thing? How could I have been better if I tried harder? On Yom Kippur, we remember what we did to help and to learn to do better. On Yom Kippur, we turn to each other and we say that we are sorry. Buzz, I said on Yom Kippur, we turn to each other and we say that we're sorry. No, on Rosh Hashanah, we brought apples near and dipped them into honey. But on Yom Kippur, we don't bring apples and honey. No. On Yom Kippur, in fact, many people fast. They choose not to eat anything at all because all they want to do is think. Think about the year that's been and what they want the year ahead to be. In fact, instead of bringing apples near and dipping them into honey, you know, Buzz, what we do this time of year? We stop and think. And we say that we are sorry. Can you do that with me, Buzz? Can you stop and think? And then you can join us and say that we are sorry. Idor, can you do it?
I think so. Let's see. We stop. And then we think.
And then we say that we are sorry.
Oh.
This time of year, we stop and think and say that we are sorry. S-O-R-R-Y, S-O-R-R-Y, S-O-R-R-Y. We're sorry. Something like that.
This time of year we stop and think and say that we are sorry. S-O-R-R-Y, S-O-R-R-Y, S-O-R-R-Y. We say that we are sorry.
So I was so excited about saying that I was sorry. I clapped a little early. We're going to continue to sing and say that we're sorry. But now as we sing, we want to think about it. And so we're going to take out each of those letters. And as we replace each of those letters with a clap, Buzz, you did it so well as well. Let's join our friends and show them how we can stop and think and say that we are sorry.
This time of year we stop and think and say that we are sorry. O-R-R-Y, O-R-R-Y, O-R-R-Y. We say that we are sorry.
Beautiful. Let's keep going, and we're going to keep taking a letter out now each time that we stop and think.
This time of year we stop and think and say that we are sorry. R-R-Y, 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 we say that we are sorry. This time of year we stop and think and say that we are sorry. R-Y, 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 we say that we are sorry. We've got one more letter. You ready? This time of year we stop and think and say that we are sorry. Why we say that we are sorry. Now we're only gonna do claps. Are you ready? This time of year we stop and think and say that we are sorry. Clap. We say that we are sorry. Gersh, I think we're ready to put all the letters back in and really say how sorry we are. Do you think we're ready for that?
I absolutely think we're ready for that.
All right. This time of year we stop and think and say that we are sorry. S-O-R-R-Y, 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 we say that we are sorry.
We say that we are sorry by turning to the people that we love, by saying to them that we're sorry for the things that we've done and promising to try harder. We do that through our actions, and we also do that through our words and through our prayers. And so right now, Buzz, if you want to join us, Idor, if you want to come with me too, we're going to head into the synagogue. We went in earlier in the week to record some prayers and some songs for Yom Kippur, including a very important part of our service called the Vidui, where we stop and think and say that we are sorry. So, my friends, it's so wonderful to be able to join with you inside our synagogue. We've come in to record this very special service for the high holidays to share with you our youngest friends. As you can see, we're taking every effort we can at these difficult times to be as safe and responsible as possible. We've put our masks on, and when we can, we take them off only when we can keep a distance between us. So I'm going to invite Tammy and Idor and Kantalalum to, if they feel comfortable, to take off their masks as we continue with our service for this very special time of year. The melody you know well, the words are our call to prayer. All of our services, whether they be on Shabbat, on weekdays, or on the high holidays, include a very special prayer. A prayer that challenges us to get as quiet as we possibly can. And so it begins with this sound. The sound when we quieten our souls and our spirits by saying, shh. Friends, can you take your fingers, bring them up to your mouth, and join all of us as together we say, shh. That's great. Now, once we're quiet, we're able to do our most important thinking. I like to put my hand on my chin when I think. I also make a bit of a sound when I think. It's the sound of contemplation and thought, big ideas and small. Thinking, for me, sounds like this. Friends, do you want to try and think with me? Let's do it together. That's really great. Let's put the two of those things together. First, we get quiet, and then we think. And it's in that quiet thought we recognize that we are so lucky to be part of our families, so lucky to be part of this community, so lucky to be part of this tradition. And as we realize all of those big ideas, we say, ah. What do we say, friends? Ah. Let's put those three things together as we get ready for our high holidays. This time of year, our tradition teaches us that we should make the very best effort to think about what the last year has been. Think about what we want the new year to be. But for many of us, thinking about the last year has been really difficult because the last year has been really difficult. But our tradition tells us that difficult times come, but difficult times also go. And we should have the courage and the wisdom of our ancestors who sang this song when they crossed the shores of the sea. When they went from Egypt to freedom, they turned to one another and said, "Don't worry, be happy."
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright.
Don't worry about a thing, because everything is going to be all right. That's one of the major themes of this season and the blessing we offer for you from our beautiful sanctuary here at TBI. As we move forward in our services, we arrive now at the Amidah. The Amidah is when we take a few moments to turn and face the ark, to think about all the things that God did for our ancestors, and hope that in our day soon, those same things, those same blessings will come to us, to those we care about, and to the entire world. The Amidah begins with 6 simple words. Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Adonai sefatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Many people in our family have done things of which we can be proud. They were brave and faithful, kind and patient. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah. You give us life and hope. With love and kindness you keep us alive. You help us lift up those who fall. You help us care for those who are sick. You help us bring freedom. You remember those who lived before us. Who is like you, mighty God? Who can compare to you? Baruch atah Adonai v'chayei hametim. You are holy, God. Even your name is holy, and we want to be like you. You are strong. We can be strong. You help people.
We can help people.
You make freedom possible.
We can make people free.
Remember the people who came before us. We remember them and the lessons they taught us. Sometimes the words of our prayers say exactly what we feel. At other times we need to use our own words to say what we feel. This is why we always include a few moments of silent personal prayer in our service.
Shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. 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 Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
V'al kol b'nei Adam. On Yom Kippur, we add a special prayer called the Vidui into our service. In the 10 days since Rosh Hashanah, we have tried to make up with the people we've hurt during the last year. Today
we do something
different.
Today we apologize to God.
We have made mistakes. We beat our chest to show how sorry we are.
Pashanu,
Pashanu,
Chatanu,
Chatanu,
Avinu,
Avinu.
For the wrongs we have done, we say that we are sorry. Together, let us say, Al chet shechatanu lefanecha.
Al chet shechatanu levanecha.
For hurting other people's feelings, we are sorry.
Al chet shechatanu levanecha.
For not listening to our parents, teachers, and friends, we are sorry.
Al chet shechatanu levanecha.
For not always telling the truth, we are sorry.
ועל חטא שחטאנו לפניך.
For taking something that didn't belong to us, we are sorry.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך.
For acting badly even when no one was watching, we are sorry. For all these things, O God, for these things and more, we are sorry.
ועל כולם אלוה סליחות, סלח לנו, מחה לנו, כפר לנו. ועל כולם אלוה סליחות, סלח לנו, מחה לנו, סלח לנו, מחה לנו, כפר לנו.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. For all these things, we are sorry.
Al chet shechatanu
lefanecha. O Adonai our God, we are sorry for these things. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. Forgive us this time of year.
for the sins we have committed with our words and by our deeds, for putting before others our own desires and needs, for not sharing our toys and for giving into greed.
Forgive us this time of year. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. O Adonai our God, we are sorry for these things. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. Forgive us this time of year.
For not offering assistance when we saw someone in pain, for times when things were fine but we did nothing but complain, for when we used bad words and when we took your name in vain.
Forgive us this time of year. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. O Adonai our God, we are sorry for these things. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha. Forgive us this time of year.
Yom Kippur reminds us to be kind, to share, to be gentle, to tell the truth, to be helpful, to be happy, and to think about yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We now turn, friends, to Seder Kriyat Torah, the order of reading Torah on this very special Yom Tov. We rise as we open the ark and give honor to the scrolls within. In these scrolls are the secret of our people's life from Sinai until now. Their teachings are love and justness, goodness and hope. Freedom is their gift to all who treasure it.
Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chonenu Vanenu, Ki en banu mazim. Aseh imanu, imanu tzedaka v'chesed. Aseh imanu tzedaka v'chesed ve'oshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, be gracious and answer us, for we have little merit. Treat us generously and with kindness, and be our help. Ki mitzion tetze Torah, Ki mitzion tetze Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim.
Al shosha devarim ha'olam omer. Al shosha devarim ha'olam omer. Al haTorah ve'al avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al shosha devarim ha'olam omer. Al shosha devarim ha'olam omer.
Torah is just jam-packed with amazing stories. Rabbi Gersh, would you have a story to share from the Torah today?
It's not exactly from the Torah, but I think it is a great story for this time of year. It's a story I read earlier in the week, and I want to share it with you all now. The Land of No Second Chances by Rabbi Sam Kaff. Larry Feynman's room was filled with toys and games that any 6-year-old boy would love. But he was only interested in his racing cars. He had them in all shapes and every color of the rainbow. Larry loved to race them against each other, to compare their designs, to sort them into groups by color, size, and speed. One day, while Larry was sorting his cars, he noticed that one was missing. It was one of his favorite cars, a big red Ferrari with yellow racing stripes down the side. He looked under his bed, he looked behind a stack of blocks in his cupboard, he even looked in his pocket of his favorite pair of jeans. The red Ferrari was nowhere to be found. Later that day, having turned the house upside down in search of his favorite car, the doorbell rang. Larry's friend Mark was standing there with the missing car in his outstretched palm. "Where'd you get that?" Larry asked. "I borrowed it yesterday when we were playing," Mark answered nervously. He could tell Larry was angry. "I just wanted to show it to my brother. It's so cool." "You stole it?" Larry shouted. "I never gave you permission to take the car." "Well, I didn't think you'd mind. I guess I wasn't thinking," Larry said. He took the car out of Mark's hand. "I'm never playing with you again, ever. You're a big, awful thief." "I wasn't going to keep it," Mark said. Really, please forgive me. I'm so sorry." Larry glared at him. "No way. I don't forgive you. And then he slammed the door in Mark's face. Larry returned the Ferrari to the box that held all the rest of his cars. He started to play with them, but he wasn't really in the mood. He was angry and upset for the rest of the day. At bedtime, his mother tucked him into bed and gave him a kiss. Can't you turn that frown upside down, she asked. You look miserable. I am miserable, Larry told her. I have my red car back, but my best friend is awful. He's a stealing jerk. Don't you think you should give Mark another chance? Asked Larry's mum. Never. No way. Why should I? Larry said as he closed his eyes and tried to fall asleep and forget the whole day. Suddenly, Larry was in a car with his mum driving down a freeway. His mother was trying to find the exit so she could get off. Oh no, his mum said, I guess I missed the exit. Don't worry, Mum. We'll just take the next exit and turn around and go back, said Larry. But they kept driving and driving, and there were no more exits. Then Larry saw a huge green sign hanging above the freeway ahead of them. As they got closer, they could tell what the sign said. Welcome to the land of no second chances. If you miss the exit, tough. Keep driving. After a few more kilometers, they arrived at the exit marked land of no second chances. We better get off, Larry's mother said, or we might be on this freeway forever. The next thing Larry knew, he was in an unfamiliar classroom and all the kids were sitting a test. He looked down at his desk and there was a copy of a test and he didn't understand any of the questions. Larry raised his hand and the teacher walked over to the desk. What's the problem, son? She said. What happens if I fail the test? Larry asked. You'll just have to repeat first grade next year, she answered. Just for failing one test? I never learned this stuff. Can't I take the test later? No way. Never. Not here, young man. This is the land of no second chances. And the teacher hurried back to her desk. Larry raised his hand again. This time the teacher signaled for him to come to her. Now what, son? She asked in an agitated voice. I just wondered if I could have a pencil eraser so I could correct my mistakes. The teacher stood up with a grin on her face and addressed the class. Children, would you like to hear something funny? The new boy, Larry, he wants a pencil with an eraser. The whole class started laughing. They were giggling and then they were rolling on the floor. They thought it was so funny. As the tears began to gather in the corner of Larry's eyes, he thought, what's so funny? Our pencils have no erasers, said the teacher. This is the land of no second chances. You aren't supposed to make mistakes. I'm getting out of here, Larry screamed as he ran out of the class as fast as his feet would carry him. He ran down the hall, turned the corner and kept running until he came head to head with a little girl and they both fell to the floor. What's your problem? The little girl shrieked at Larry. Are you blind? I was right in front of you. I'm so sorry, Larry said. I was in a hurry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Honest, will you please forgive me? Not a chance, said the girl, as she readjusted the bow in her hair and gathered her books and papers. We don't forgive you. I'm never going to play with you, and I'm going to tell everyone else not to play with you. So there. Larry stood up and started running. I've got to find the door. I've got to get out of here. I need to get home, he thought. Just then, he felt a tap on his shoulder. Shh, wake up, Larry. I'm here. You must be having a bad dream. Larry opened his eyes and hugged his mother. It was awful, he told her. I was in the land of no second chances and I couldn't leave. That's just a silly old nightmare, his mum said. Now get up and get dressed. It's time for us to go to shul. You don't want to be late for Yom Kippur services. Larry jumped into his clothes and ran next door to Mark's house. When Mark opened the door, Larry put his hand out and handed him the red Ferrari. What's this for? Mark asked. I want you to borrow it. I'm so sorry I got mad. Please say you'll forgive me. I know you didn't mean to steal it. Can we please still be friends? Sure, said Mark. But why are you so upset? I just got back from the land of no second chances, said Larry. The land of what? Asked Mark. Never mind. I'll tell you about it later. Let's go to shul. We can have a good new year together.
Thanks, Rabbi Gersh. That was an awesome story. How about we return the Torah to the ark? Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
It was so special to be able to take so many of you with us into the shul to share that special Yom Kippur service, to hear the words of Avinu Malkeinu, and to also join together and say sorry through our vidui. We've got a long day ahead of us, friends. At 11 o'clock, you and your parents or your grandparents might want to join Buzz and Ido back for a special Zoom Bubs and Tots edition of our program. We'd love you to join in, to come to sing some songs, to tell some stories. And then later on this evening, we're all going to gather back together in shul from our homes for a service called Ne'ilah, when we say goodbye to Yom Kippur. After we've done all the work, all the effort into stopping, to thinking, to saying that we are sorry. And right at the end of the service, we'll hear the sound of the shofar once more. The sound singing out to all of us that we should have a good and a sweet new year. Do you like to hear the shofar blast? Ido, do you like to hear the shofar blast? How about you, Buzz? Yeah, me too. I love to hear the shofar blast.
I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. A happy, happy, happy new year. Tekiah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. A happy, happy, happy new year. Shvarim. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. A happy, happy, happy new year. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. A happy, happy, happy new year. Ki
My friends, Buzz, let's see if we can match Ido. Tikia Gado.
I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. A happy, happy, happy new year. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. A happy, happy, happy new year.
A happy, 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 and a good, good, good New Year to each and every one of you.
לשנה טובה תיכתבון, לשנה טובה תיכתבון, תיכתבון ותחתמון. לשנה טובה תיכתבון, לשנה טובה תיכתבון.